Filmmaking is a collaborative art filled with many people. Now, while it's true that there's usually one strong overall vision to the film, whether it's the producer with all the money or the director.
To your left.
Oh, yes, sorry. Okay.
No, your left.
Okay. Oh, sorry, yes.
To my left.
Oh. Yes, or even perhaps a writer. A writer with a strong look. Oh. Yes, thank you. Movies are your best entertainment. How was that? Okay, good, thanks. Regardless, it takes a creative team of experts to create a finished film and bring it to fruition. Creating classic comedy was no different. Chaplin, Keaton, and Lloyd, they all called the shots on their sets, but even they used gaggles of gagmen and writers to help think of ideas for their films.
Hi, I'm singing here.
Oh, sorry, young, sorry.
Beat it.
Laurel and Hardy were no different. Among their collaborators at the Hal Roach studio was a young cameraman by the name of George Stevens, who parlayed his comedy training at Roach into a 40-year career as a top Hollywood director. He helmed such classics as Alice Adams, Gunga Din, Woman of the Year, and Giant. One of the boys' top directors was Charlie Chase's younger brother, James Parrott. He made his start in front of the camera as the star of his own one-reel series in the early 20s. He made his real mark when he moved behind the camera and collaborated on the best of the team's sound shorts. Star comedian Harry Langdon was a good friend of Stan's. He got him hired on the writing staff for the team's second and final go-round with Roach. They collaborated on the classic Blockheads. But it could be argued that there was not a more important collaborator for the boys than the brilliant Leo McCarey. For the past 3 years, McCarey had been directing Roach star Charlie Chase, and together they had produced an unrivaled string of hilarious and near-perfect silent comedy shorts. McCarey now moved over to the newly formed Laurel and Hardy unit to try to work his magic twice. It wasn't long before the popularity of the new team skyrocketed. What makes McCarey so important in the history of Laurel and Hardy is that he joined them near the time of their inception as a team, and thus helped create the many building blocks which was used to create their classic form of comedy, such as slowing the pace of the comedy down, allowing the gags and slapstick to all evolve from the characters of Stan and Ollie. And a little thing called reciprocal destruction, letting the crowds in Laurel and Hardy's world become just as infantile and irate as they do. And in this atmosphere, the team released Liberty in 1929. It's a classic example of the collaborative effort at Roach at the time. Producer Hal Roach oversaw the creative team of Stan Laurel and director Leo McCarey, who took over the helm of this short. Cameraman was the young George Stevens, and also in this short, they harkened back to the early days of the Roach studio and their star Harold Lloyd by going into Lloyd territory using the tenet of the thrill comedy. In this gambit, Lloyd's ambitious, clever-thinking young man character would find himself in some unwelding, highly dangerous, highly high situation that he would have to extradite himself from. Most famously in his classic 1923 feature, Safety Last, producing this iconic image. All of this knowledge was put into use in the filming of Liberty, as Stan and Ollie clambered high above a nightmarish city of steel girders and height. Yes, in Laurel Hardy's world, things could fall apart rather rapidly. But luckily, no one was hurt in Liberty. And now, let's watch the bottom drop out in Liberty.
Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no loving since January, April, June or July. Snow time, ta'in't no time to stay outdoors and spoon. Shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal.